What's up, guys? Hey, I'm Dustin Ibarra.
And I'm Greg Baldwin.
And we're podcasting.
Yeah!
Yeah, man. Welcome to Good Things Are Happening.
Man, it's good to be here.
Good things are happening, dude.
It's awesome, dude.
It's
awesome,
exciting.
Man.
This is awesome because, like, we're doing this podcast and, like, good things are happening. And then it's like, I feel like we manifested this kind of.
Good things are happening. We're back. Hey, Dustin. Dustin, we're recording.
What?
Dude, wake up. Dude, wake up.
Oh, hey.
We're live, dude. We're live.
Bro, I was just taking a little nap, man. I've been just so I've been so overwhelmed and getting a lot of work lately because life is going so good. I can't even sleep.
I was like, are you back on drugs, dude?
That too. But I mean, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I swear I'm not. Bookers, I'm not.
Man,
no, dude. I did that. I was like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm asleep, and it'll be funny. And maybe it didn't work out.
Well, you should get some sleep. You know why? Because your life has been pretty crazy, man.
It's been crazy, dude. I've been getting a lot of road work lately that's coming up, and just been doing a lot of gigs. And you know what's weird? Because my life was so like not a lot was happening because the strike, you know, and so
you just finished the Tonight Show. You're back. You're back now. Mm-hmm. Things are settling down. Your phone's probably ringing more. You're getting more bookings. You probably have more stress. You know,
it is, dude. And it's weird because you get booked, and then like I'm one of those guys when something good happens. When something bad happens, I freak out. But when something good happens, I freak out too. You know, because now it's like, oh man, I gotta write some more material. I gotta buy plane tickets to this place. I'm a little freaked out about it. You know.
Yeah. So
I've been kind of getting used to that about used to being busy. Again, which is cool. I like being busy because it's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
But
it's good to be working.
It is, man. Yeah. It's good to be working. And I'm one of those dudes who gets overwhelmed by stuff. So I was Googling things that I can do to like deal with that. And you gotta like one of them is like go for a walk, you know, because you get endorphins from that.
Yep.
And then kind of like writing everything down. You know, Jay actually told me that. He was like, you gotta, whenever you're freaking out about something, just write it on paper, you know, and kind of do the facts behind it. So I've been doing a lot of that, you know. Good. I've been trying to like find more solutions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just like kind of sitting there, and because I'm a big going under the covers guy. Yeah. You know, like when I'm overwhelmed, I go to sleep.
But you hustle, man.
I try, man.
You work hard, but it's.
But I'm also lazy. I'm a lazy guy, so it's like one of those things that I gotta fight. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think. Things are good, man. Work has been picking up. The podcast, I love this podcast. Awesome. This is my favorite podcast.
Yeah, I can relate to. I mean, it's like when you think if I just get this, if I got the Tonight Show, if I get this, everything's gonna be great and I'm gonna be happy. But that's not the case. You get these things, then all of a sudden you have more responsibilities. You're busier. You got more worry, more anxiety. Those things don't create serenity and peace and comfort. They give you, you know, pleasure and career satisfaction. It's nice to have money and all those things, but it doesn't make you, you know, serene
and grow the arms.
I had a big opportunity come up, and I was like, this is what I wanted, and it came, and I'm like, I got it, and then that night I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning just freaking out. And I couldn't sleep because now I have all this work to do, and it might not work out. But
you know what I did? Because I went down this little rabbit hole with it. I was reading, what is that? How to Unfuck Yourself by Mark Manson.
Okay.
And there's this thing in there how like everything you get in life, you got to look at like not where you're getting, but the problems that you're getting with it. You know what I'm saying? Because like say, I want to have a wife and kids. Okay, now you're getting a bunch of problems with that too. You know, like do you want those problems? And life is just like whatever you get, you're gonna have more problems, you know, more booking work.
Yeah, my TM teacher, she married
transcendental meditation,
transcendental meditation,
not transmission maintenance, not.
She married a multi-gazillionaire.
Gazillionaire.
And
is that even a thing?
I don't know.
I'd
like to find out.
I think that's what they called Scrooge McDuck. He was a gazillionaire.
But they bought this giant mega mansion. Yeah. Right. And she said her whole life became about maintaining the upkeep on this house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so her whole existence was like, I got to do this for the house. I got to do that. I got to order this and all that stuff. And so she's like, she ended up, she got a divorce, but she lives in a comfortable apartment. And she's like, it's so nice when things are simpler, and I'm so much happier. You know, just living a simpler life without all those you know, things. And you see like the guys that like become mega millionaires, you know, or like open companies or whatever, and at the end of their lives they drive, you know, normal trucks, and they give their money away, and they try to feed the homeless, and you know, start organizations and stuff.
Well, dude, it's like who said that? Who was the rapper that said more money, more problems? Who was that?
Was it P. Diddy?
It might have been Thomas Jefferson. I don't know. Someone said,
here's
more
what
money,
I want.
more problems.
Here's what I want.
Abraham Lincoln.
I want to get that problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to have that problem and see how I can handle it and figure out a way to handle it.
Just give it to me. Come on, universe. Give me some money. See if I can handle it, man.
Well, that's good, because I had an experience. You know, listen, I'm an artist, and you know, I'm an artist, a stand-up comedian, and you know, I haven't you know, I'm having some success, but I'm not real financial success. So I got a flat tire. Right. And so I take my car to the tire place. He's like, you need 4 new tires. Right. And I'm like, oh God.
I never trust that. Whenever they tell me I need some, I'm like,
He was right, though.
You need brakes. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
No, all the brakes.
Just one?
Yeah.
One brake pad?
I don't mind pulling to the left.
So, but I really did need it, because it was raining and I was like skidding a little bit and stuff. So I got 4 new tires. And I'm like, God damn it, I didn't need that bill right then. And so I dropped my car off the tire place. I'm walking to my house. It was near my house. And there's like all these boxes of books, right? And I look and I see a Maryland magazine, an old Maryland Monroe. Yeah, magazine. So I look at it, and then I start going through the books, man. And they're like all these books from like the 1800s.
What?
And like all these incredibly amazing looking books. So I go through the boxes, and I take like 25 books home of all these 1800 books, and like there's some Disney books or whatever. I go back home and I start going through them and looking them up. It's about $1,000 worth of books.
Are you serious, bro? Oh, dude, that's awesome, man.
There's a book from 1889. It's called Little Lord Fauntleroy.
Little Lord Fauntleroy?
Yeah.
That sounds like
it's worth like $100. And then I found one. It was called Live from Abbey Road. And you know, where the Beatles recorded.
Yeah.
And so, and I open it up, and it's like, it says first edition or first special edition.
Whoa.
So I'm looking at the first page. It's like Pink Floyd, all the people that recorded there. And it's this plush book. I look it up online. I could only find one copy, and it's selling for $250.
Bro.
And it's like a rare find. And then it's sold. And now I can't find anything about this book. And then I found an old Disney book worth $200.
That's so cool, man.
So I'm like, okay, God. He's like, hey, he goes, relax.
That's amazing.
He's like,
man.
Relax, take it easy. I got you. Everything's gonna work out.
Dude, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
You picked out, so you're gonna sell them on offer up or something?
No, I just stored them. I don't know.
Now you just wanna. You know what's crazy is that kind of. I bet you it was like there was this really rich guy out there. He was like, "What am I gonna do with all these books?" He got problems. Yeah. Then he put his problems on the sidewalk, and his problems are your solutions.
They are,
man.
They are.
That's crazy how the world works, dude.
And I was going through the books. Some other guy came up and started rummaging through my books that I already picked. I'm like, hey,
yeah, whoa,
whoa, dude.
I called it, bro.
Yeah, he was homeless and had no food, but I didn't care. Dude.
He can't read.
My books, dude. Those are my books.
Come on, buddy.
No, okay. It always works out.
It does,
and sometimes you know when
works
you're
out exactly how it's supposed to work out.
Yeah, and if you're, I think that if I'm conscious spiritually, I see these little miracles, I see these little coincidences.
Yeah,
and I have faith, and I know everything's going to work out. So when our lives get busier and more responsibilities like yours has, you handle it with faith and know everything's going to work out. You do one thing at a time.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's the audience. Yeah. Well, very cool, man.
Yes.
So things are working out. Well, I'm pretty stoked. We've got an amazing guest today. I love this dude. He's awesome. Speaking of someone who works all the time, has been working for a long time, very funny, very talented, always dressed spectacularly. Gadiel Del Orbe. You know what, dude?
I don't know. I'm used to claps after hearing my name, and like
We'll put him in. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Gadiel, man, what's up, dude?
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me here, man.
Bro, thanks for doing it, man. Did I get your name right too? Because I can barely pronounce my last name.
The last name you didn't get it right.
Dustin Ibarra. Gadiel Del Orbe.
Say your last name. Say your whole full name.
You want me to say it like Mexican style?
Say your name. Yes.
Okay.
Mexican style.
Okay. Dustin Ibarra.
No.
What's missing?
Dustin Ibarra.
Okay, hold
you
up.
got to roll those R's.
I know. I just felt, dude, my Mayan blood just tingled when you said that.
Yeah.
Dustin Ibarra.
Ibarra.
Yeah. Ibarra. Am I getting closer?
Little, but keep going. Say
Ibarra. Ibarra.
You just gotta learn how to roll your R's.
How do you roll your R's, man?
You just put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and just like blow out like.
Ibarra.
You have a dope last name, but
it is a dope last name, but I can't unlock it. I'm not using the potential.
You gotta be the one to say your last name correctly at all times.
I'm Dustin Ibarra.
Yeah,
Ibarra.
There you go. There you go.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
You got it. Got it.
Bro, my ancestors, they're up there on top of their little Aztec temples. Like, yeah.
Call your agent, man.
Hey, I want to start going in for more Latino shit, bro. Dustin Ibarra. Oh, it's getting bad. Dude, I just got to practice, bro.
Yeah, you just got to practice it.
This is like Duolingo.
Instead of going Ibarra, you going Ibarra.
Well, you know what it is, man? Because I was raised, my dad, who was the Mexican one, he took off when I was a kid. So I never had that influence in my life. I was raised by my white mom. And she was just like, just say Ibarra. Ibarra.
Yeah, here's the white version. Here's the white. Let me give you the white version.
What's the white version?
Dustin Ibarra.
Ibarra. Yeah.
Ibarra.
Well, the super white versions, they'll look at it because it's with a Y, which is super Hispanic. They'll look at that and be like, Dustin Ibarra. Ibarra. Yeah. Or Yabaro. I get Yabaro sometimes.
No.
That's a weird one.
Don't let people do that to you.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you pronounce your name?
Gadiel Del Orbe.
Oh, that's good, bro.
That's sexy, dude.
That is sexy.
Look at you, dude.
There you go.
Dressed nice, hair fucking looking good.
Hey,
handsome.
I thank you. Appreciate it.
Whoa, chill out, bro. You just met the guy.
You getting jealous?
I am getting jealous. Come on, I wore my good jacket.
And so earlier you say you have a TM teacher, meditation teacher. How does that work? Like, I've been looking into it. I searched online. Let me know if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Is it that you're repeating a mantra over and over again? Am I right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that in a nutshell? And that's it, or what are you getting from this?
So with transcendental meditation, you hire a teacher, you go meet with her. It's on a sliding scale, so you pay money, whatever. It's not a lot. But what it is, so when I used to start meditating, someone told me concentrate on your breath, and I would do it on my own. I would sit there and I'd concentrate on my breath, and I'd be like. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I have to do this every second for the rest of my life. Like, I can't do this. And I'd have like a panic attack, and then I'd lay down and go to sleep. And I'm like, that's impossible. And I'd wake up, I'd be like, dude, meditation's brutal. So somebody told me about transcendental meditation, which is a form of meditation. But the reason I was attracted to it, because all these people in our profession were comedians like Jerry Seinfeld and Ellen DeGeneres, and all these people do it, right? So I thought I would go do it for to learn how to be more creative. So I signed up for the class, and you go through these classes, and then they do this ceremony, and then they give you a mantra. Now, what the mantra is, it's a meaningless phrase. It has zero meaning, and that you casually think about it. So when you start meditating, you think about it for a little bit. Or you about 30 seconds, then you go to the mantra, but you don't like pound the mantra, boom, boom, boom. You just casually think it, and you think it. And then, naturally you start thinking about life and your problems and your worries and all this stuff. And that's okay. You're allowed to have those thoughts. And then you're like, oh, I'm meditating. So you go back to the mantra. And the best way that I was described is like, it's like an ocean, right? And at the top of the ocean, waves are crashing, and it's rough, and that's like your thought life, right? And then at the bottom of the ocean, it's perfectly still and quiet and calm. And so that mantra helps you get to that the calm state. And then your thoughts come and then you go back to the rough ocean, right? And you're like, oh, I'm meditating. You go back to the mantra, it gets you to the calm state. But you don't have to try to force those thoughts down, because I went to my teacher. Sometimes I couldn't think the mantra. I just worried about everything for 20 minutes. And I went to my teacher and I said, I think I'm doing it wrong because I can't stop thinking. And she said, Greg, no, that's a perfect meditation, because maybe you have those, you needed to, your body was, and your mind was releasing all that stress. And one more story about it. I met Ringo Starr from the Beatles, and he learned from the Maharishi.
The head dude, right? He's the ultimate.
Yeah. He's like the yogi or whatever he is.
He's got like the 6 arms coming out of him, right?
Yeah.
Remember that Spider-Man episode? Yeah.
He could levitate on top of a mountain, right? And I said to Ringo Starr, I said, you learned transcendental meditation from the Maharishi. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, and I go, yeah, I've been doing it for X amount of years. And he's like, that's amazing. And he goes, me, I can't do his accent. Me and the fellas, he goes, I'll tell you a story. He goes, me and the fellas, we learned from the Maharishi. And he goes, I go to the Maharishi. I said, hey, I think we're doing it wrong. And he goes, and the Maharishi's like, why is that? And he goes, because we keep falling asleep. And the Maharishi said to him, well, you must have been tired.
That's some kung fu master type of stuff to say.
So yes, transcendental meditation is amazing. One of the things I didn't know was going to happen is it helped me with creativity and all that stuff, but it helped alleviate my depression and anxiety, and made me more calm, more conscious, more focused, more creative. So
do you need a mentor? Because people are they charging an arm and a leg to do that?
Well, I can tell you about that. I can tell you how to get it. You can
I do it without any teacher?
Yeah. So they say no. I don't know.
See, well, because I do because there's a bunch of different types of meditation.
Yeah.
And because I wanna do TM as well, but I'll just get on YouTube and Google. I'll find someone who's got a good voice and be like, oh, I'll do a guided meditation. They'll be like, close your eyes. You see a lake, you know, things like that. Those ones always trip me out too, because they'll be like, there's a forest to your right. In my mind, I'm like, oh, what if there's a bear? And there's a bear. And now, oh no, he's coming at you. Run.
Have you meditated before? What was your experience with it?
So I have ADHD, right? Right. I just got on my medication, but sometimes I try the transcendental. So I just repeat a certain mantra. I went online. And I would start searching on it, and they had certain words, and I saw this word, for certain A's that you should say in your mind. So I found this word. I was like, that's going to be my mantra. And sometimes I'll do it, but I'm not consistent. Consistent. It's not like something I will do every day.
Yeah.
Right. But when I was doing it, I remember doing it, even though with no teacher or anything. I remember after 15 minutes, that's when I calmed down.
Yeah.
15 minutes, last 5 minutes, my brain was more calm.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes, I felt more like, okay, now I feel I do everything more mindfully, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times we stress ourselves out. Like we did the streamer audition. I don't want to say the streamer, but when we did the audition,
he had a big audition. He had a huge audition for. Can we say it was probably the biggest streamers, and we had a stand-up showcase for it.
Yeah,
which I heard you destroyed on.
I did my best. Yeah. Now, see, it was on Netflix hands because they be having their own little requirements. Damn, I said the name.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay, man.
You're allowed
to talk about who you auditioned for.
Yeah,
right. My show's in that festival.
Okay.
So I have a show, and we could talk about it, right?
Yeah.
It's called Netflix is a Joke Festival.
Yeah.
And I have my show in it. I'm not in it individually where they discovered me and said you're going to be, one of the greatest comedians. You went in and you auditioned as an individual comedian to be on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
So even while I was doing, when I got off, I started saying these things. Man, I should have said this like this. I should have said that. I should have done this. I should have done that. I'm like, man, am I going to hear anything from, are they going to pick me? Are people laughing because they like me? Or people
your mind was just racing a million miles per hour. Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I saying all these things? I was I'm not I put it out there. Let it go. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not focusing on what I need to do now.
Yeah.
Right now, we are forever destined to live in the present moment. There's nothing I could do about the past, and the past happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
I have no control over that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the $1 million question. It's like, how do you let go of all that stuff and just focus on the moment without stressing over,
Yeah.
all that stuff? It's hard, man.
It's hard.
Well, and I think too, isn't meditation, like they did a study, like you could see like the brain changing with people who did meditation. Cause I try to do meditation every day. I got my little routine. In the morning, I wake up, pray, meditate, and then my meditations, sometimes I have good ones where I'm like, you know how you were saying after 15 minutes, you hit that little like spot.
Little sweet spot.
Sometimes I'll hit that and sometimes I won't, but I feel like it's just the doing it over and over again,
Yeah.
And it does, it helps,
Yeah.
Like I still get nervous. There'll be moments where I'm like freaking out and stuff, but I feel like it's not as bad as it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, cause before I was one of those dudes, I get nervous, I just drink, do drugs, just try to make calm down like that. But meditation is like a different way of kind of getting there.
I've seen
it just
your
takes
thoughts.
work.
I read this book called Feeling Great. I know this is probably gonna be more about mindfulness and.
Oh, it's good.
It's cool.
Right.
So there's this book called Feeling Great, right? And I do a lot with anxiety and depression, right? And this book, they gave this book to like veterans that were suffering from PTSD, anxiety and depression. When they gave this book, like 70% of veterans were able to cure their own anxiety and their own depression. And the book, it talks about how we see anxiety, how we see depression, how can we reframe it. Like sometimes we have anxiety is because we really fucking care. The reason why I'm anxious about Netflix is because I really give a fuck.
Yeah. I like
care,
that, dude.
bro.
Yeah.
I have high standards for myself. I should have never done. The reason why we beat ourselves up because we want the best for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I transferred it like this is self-love.
Yeah. That's
Right?
good. I like that.
I like that too. I'm gonna use that, man. I'll freak out before things, man.
And then the second thing is questioning it. It's like when your mind is rushing, you're like, why am I doing this to myself? Because we're creating that. We create that, like, man, why am I tripping? Why am I getting this? Yeah, it's an inside thing. Oh, everybody else is winning except me, blah, blah. But then you're like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
I apologize. I started apologizing to myself. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Gadiel. I'm sorry for sabotaging you from time to time.
It's also also a form of self-obsession when I do that. And I'm sitting around, I'm thinking about myself and my career. Why can I do this? And it's all me. And one of the tools that I've learned is to try to figure out how to help somebody else. I mean, it's hard to do, but I go speak in jails to inmates and stuff like that. There's little things that you can do. Call somebody, try to take myself out of myself and stop worrying about myself all the time and focus on other people. But
that's a great way, because I've noticed, if I'm just with myself, I'm gonna spin out, dude. It's almost like I gotta talk to someone else. Just call them up. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on in your life right now? You doing okay? How's this going? It takes me out of myself for a little bit, and then I can kind of like find my footing again.
I feel like the life that we live today, the reason why we deal with so much stress, anxiety, and depression, because this is not normal. It's not normal for us.
Yeah.
We're social people. Yeah. We're supposed to be with our own group. That's how we survive.
Yeah.
You're right.
Everybody is living their own life, like their own pace. They're living by themselves. That's how people are going crazy, because they don't have being with people is therapy.
Yeah.
I'm happier in New York. You know why I'm happier in New York? Because everybody's there.
Yeah.
I could call my friends and we're downstairs and we're just hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
I love that. Feeling, yeah. That, you know what? And people have always, like cavemen, they didn't have depression. You don't see like on a hieroglyphic, like they're all hanging out hunting, and one of them's like, woo, eating chocolate, watching the news,
and watching everybody they don't have social media, compare themselves to everybody else. It's isolating. Social media is isolating.
Yeah,
it really is, dude. It's kind of a trick, because you think you're getting a little bit of that dopamine. Social, but you're also like, you're just alone by yourself. I can scroll for a long time too,
bro.
Man.
It's
bad. It's gotten worse for me. Like, bro, I'll just be like, oh, this is like an addiction. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, it's a drug. Yeah,
it's hard. I'll sit and meditate. I meditate 20 minutes twice a day, and then I keep grabbing the phone.
Wow.
You know, and I'll look at the phone and I'm like, this defeats the whole purpose.
Defeats the whole purpose,
you know.
And then, you know, I was watching online. I want to start doing is rewarding myself for not being in social media, and that's my life. That's my job. Our job is social media.
Yeah. It is.
We have to be there.
It really is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also, you wake up. You ever woke up, got on social media, and you ever laid there for an hour?
Bro, yes, man. You know what oh my God, dude. In the morning and at nighttime. And I'll be reading things about like how your sleep is so important, how you're supposed to don't be on any screens an hour before bed. Yeah. Dude, you know what my ritual is before going to bed now? I'll get on X, on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll just look at fights. I just look at school fights, teens, Karens fighting other people. Cop, you're not gonna believe what this cop did. You know, like police brutality videos, wars in I just like watch
and
that
their emotions are going high. Oh, we're fear.
Yeah, you get pissed off at someone. Yeah, like
you're laughing. The one day was you ever sat on the one day I was in my house all by myself, sitting in my room going like I looked at myself in the mirror.
See, that's way healthier than meditation, dude.
Yeah, well, it is weird because you get so many emotions from that, man. You'll get angry, you'll get happy, you'll get sad. Like, dude, yeah. You see those little sweet videos, you know? It's like, oh, you're not gonna believe what this dog. Oh, how about the pets reuniting with their owner videos, bro?
Yeah.
Those
are good ones. Or when they find the homeless dog and they're all matted and manged, and they get them, and like the dog runs away and you can't get him. They got to corner him,
and then he changes. Like, oh my God, the transformation afterwards.
They
bathe him.
He
looks all good.
Or they cut to the car and the dog's like on his arm and stuff.
Yeah.
Then they're at the hospital and they're bathing. Next thing you know, they're fetching a bone. And
he's all healthy now.
Going to community college. Like, man, this dog got his shit together, man.
Dog did peyote.
Yeah, the dog's. Yeah, bro. I love those videos, man. But but you can get caught up in those. You don't even got to move. You just pick up your phone. It's right there,
the
bro.
only thing I feel like helping me, I go in and out because I work with social media, but like turning the phone to grayscale. So the colors doesn't fuck with, so I'm able to get off a little bit more.
Oh, I got to do that. That's good. What do? You just
go on accessibility. You'll go on display visuals. After display visual, you got to scroll down. It says color filter, and then turn it off, and it just everything's gray, like black and white. And then
nice.
I noticed I could get off the phone a lot easier. Well, I'm like, what? I can't see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why am I on the phone?
Hack right there.
Remember, you also got to think about the red and colors and lights are hitting you. The blue, the yellow, like your mind is
neurons are firing.
Bro, back in the day they had candles. You know what I'm saying? Like there was like one color scheme to everything, man.
Remember when I grew up, Atari, we had Atari and it was like black and white. That was our just like one Pong. You had Pong and Space Invaders. That was our.
And things are so weird because, you know, I live in South Central. I live in the hood. And I'm thinking if I live in the hood, there's going to be people outside. I moved the first month, 30 days. I didn't have any internet. I sat in front of my house every single day listening to music. I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? Where's everybody?
Yeah.
I'm in front of my house. These people got porches. This is a neighborhood where there's kids around.
Yeah.
There was one out of the whole month I saw kids walking by once, and I was like, oh my God, there's kids out here. I'm like, why aren't they playing outside? Why aren't they riding their bikes? Why aren't they playing with each other? Where's a group of kids playing hide and go seek or playing like the little stick ball or something?
They don't do that. Kids don't do that no more, man.
They don't do that no more. And then I was like, why? Wow. The moment I got internet, I was inside like everybody else.
Man. Yeah.
I was inside like everybody else.
I played a lot as a kid. I was in the country too. I was just running around. We would play this game called Guns. Yeah. Where we had these toy guns and it'd be like you would just run through the forest and just boom, 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 boom. And it's like it's kind of a really high-tech hide and go seek kind. It It was cool, but it was all on the honor system too.
Okay.
So it's like you had to ambush someone, or else they'd be like, "No, I got you. No, you got
me." And the creativity was crazy. But we had those moments as kids. We don't see that. These kids don't have that.
No, dude.
Kids,
yeah.
I went to a restaurant, right? And the mom, I mean, not a restaurant, a barbershop. The kid he couldn't stay still. Like a crackhead, like a little crackhead.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, he couldn't stay still. And I felt bad for the mom. She's sweating, embarrassed, and she's holding the phone in front of him, trying to calm him down. And he's still acting, it's like the moms have to get phones now to calm these kids down.
Yeah.
That's the only way they could do it.
I grew up in this place in San Mateo, and like a suburb. My parents still live there.
Yeah.
And I go back, and when we were growing up, we were everywhere on our bikes and going to the school.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stuff. And now the school, you're not allowed to go there in off hours. They have it all fenced up and locked up. You can't go to the school.
No.
And there's no kids riding around on bikes anymore.
Wow.
And you'll see them, once in a while there'll be a basketball court out in their driveway and stuff, but nobody's really playing.
Nobody's playing.
Yeah. And all of us, we were out at night when we were kids.
At that time, they had to tell you, if the lights come on, you come inside.
Yeah.
When the lights go on, come inside.
Yeah.
Now these kids don't even go outside.
Nah, dude, it's crazy. All of our lives could have been a Dateline episode like that. Because we were just out, just exploring. Yeah.
We used to drive in the back of a truck. Like the kids would put all the kids in the back of the truck.
Wow.
Can you imagine if if somebody was driving with a bunch of kids in the back of a truck now? Yeah, man. Whoever's driving to get arrested, man.
Someone would call the cops. Definitely. Like, I'm on the 405.
Dude, my dad, we'd go camping on this river, and he'd drive us like 5 miles up I was like, I don't know, 12 years old or something. He'd drive us like 5 miles up the river, give us inner tubes, no life vests or helmets or whatever, drop us off 5 miles up and say, all right, I'll see you at the bottom. And we would just like we just, we're like little kids just, tubing down the river to get to the bottom, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
We were like more self-sufficient, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, parents could stay inside the house and the kids would play outside.
Yeah.
And sometimes the neighbor would look after the kids. There would be neighbors, and the whole neighborhood is outside watching. Somebody's outside that we know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was normal.
The
moment that technology presented itself, it completely changed society. I'm afraid for the next generation.
Bro, for me, I remember when we quit playing like that as kids. It was whenever the Nintendo 64 came out with GoldenEye. You remember GoldenEye?
GoldenEye,
bro, that was like the outdoors were done, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go? Why don't you kids go outside and play? It's like, are you serious?
We got
split screens
right here. We have 4 and everybody.
Bro, GoldenEye.
Amazing.
Amazing. Fuck the sun.
You had the golden gun, one shot, one kill.
Oh, the golden gun, bro.
Man. Remember you used to hide within the walls? Oh, amazing.
Remember, you could be, there was this character called Odd Job. The little guy.
He was so short.
Bro, so he'd be hard to shoot, and he would just come at you and shoot you, bro. God, GoldenEye was the best, bro. Yeah,
GoldenEye was great.
But that was like, for me, that was what kind of the beginning is like, oh, I'm going to do this for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the first time I did a bump. I was like, this is going to stick, I think. Uh-oh.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in New York.
Okay.
Harlem, New York. So
nice.
like you see more of a community in New York. So the lifestyle, the drastic changes, I'm able to see it.
What was it? I mean, was it a great place to grow up? I mean,
it's crazy because there was a hood. It was a hood. It changed a lot. I do remember days that were like, we have to stay inside because somebody was jumped, somebody was sliced, somebody was shot. But it wasn't all the time. Yeah. It was like once every 3 years somebody was shot. So it was like we understood there was but nobody messed with each other, and it was a time frame. I remember I hardly talk about this because my father, he used to be in the street. He used to be a drug dealer, and then he became our father. I mean, he was like, I get my shit straight. He started working in a hardware store, so he became this legit nice dad, right? And then his best friend was a dude in the street. He used to run the streets. He was like big. They were like big, strong Dominicans. Yo, papi chulos, good looking dudes. But they were the dudes that used to look after the neighborhood. So the drug dealers back in those days were like, if there was an old lady that needed to cross the street, the drug dealers walked the old lady in the street. If there was a fire, it was the drug dealers running inside the house, the place, to save everybody from getting burned or getting hit with glasses. So
Oh,
it's like
dang,
they were
man.
very protective of the neighbor. They protect anybody's if they have problems with an enemy.
That's wild. So the drug dealers, they kind of like they were also just like the kind of guardians,
public servants.
Public servants,
They were
yeah.
public servants.
Wow.
Right? And they had if somebody had a child, let's say you had issues with somebody and their child was present, you wouldn't mess with them. Leave them alone. It was an honor system, you know, and you respected. You had that respect, that neighborhood respect, and everybody knew. So I grew up looking up to my uncle. Right,
Yeah,
I would always call him my uncle. I look up to my uncle. I used to go to his millionaire. Used to go to his house in Dominican Republic, massive ass mansion with pool, basketball courts. Used to drive under the house. He had like a bridge to walk into the house.
Oh, that's
he had, like, 3
awesome.
living rooms. It was amazing. I used to look up to him, wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
And then I also looked up to my dad. It felt like the Bronx Tale, but in my life.
Yeah.
Real life, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool because I feel like I grew up in a sense of a community. We were all it was a community and it was beautiful.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, you know that is interesting, man. Because there are these certain codes I've noticed. Like when I first moved out here, I lived in Pacoima, which it's like it was the hood. You know, I think it still is the hood. But when I was there, the dudes I stayed with, they used to bang all the time. But it was this thing of like, if you weren't a gang banger, if you weren't in anything, people would generally like leave you alone. You know, there was like the mugging sometimes and stuff, but usually it would just be people who were in gangs going after other people who were in gangs. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this fat kid over here, you know?
Or even the gangs were just collapsed within itself and just killing themselves.
Bro, that's what happened, dude. And that, and especially in Pacoima, it wouldn't be like it wasn't like a big Crips and Bloods thing. It was like street to street. Like it's like it'd be like, oh, the
one block versus the other.
Bro,
block.
yes, it was like that. It was like all these. It was like a bunch of little tiny gangs and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting how they have codes like that, you know.
But they don't have those codes anymore, not like they used to.
Were you were born in Harlem and then you would visit the Dominican Republic?
No, I was born and raised in New York.
You were born
and raised
in New York. But would you go, you saying you went to...
I used to go every year in the summer. I used to go like to the countryside. My grandma and my grandpa used to live in the country in Dominican Republic. Nice. And for me, it was paradise.
Yeah, that's awesome,
man. Dude. It was like rice fields all the way in the back of the house. It looked like a picture. Wow. It was rice fields, and there was green mountains. Then we had roosters, and in the backyard we had like everywhere you'll find fruit trees. If I wanted mango, I wanted avocado. Big avocados. The avocados, you could cut them up. You could use them as butter and put it on bread. That's what poor people used to eat. Now they call it avocado toast for $15.
That's expensive, dude.
It's expensive, like avocado. You know, and the avocados over there, you could leave them outside. You could cut them open. You leave them outside. It doesn't go bad. It's not like over here.
What?
Over here, like you open avocado, is bad within an hour.
You can't get you cannot get a good avocado anymore, dude.
Nope.
No. Like when I was growing up, like there was this sweet kind of flavor that I remember growing up, and I like 1 out of every 30 avocados I get it now.
Yeah.
You can't get that. You can't.
Over here,
I'm an avocado connoisseur.
You are an avocado connoisseur.
Go to Dominican.
Go
to Dominican Republic. We got the big old avocados, and we leave them out. We don't put them in the fridge. We leave them. You could cut them open, and you could store half of it, and the other half is still good for a whole week.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And then you grab those avocados, you could put it on bread, and it's like butter.
Wow.
Dude, I'll buy an avocado, but I'll never eat it, and it goes bad fast. So it's like it'll end up just in my fridge looking like Jimmy Walker.
Yeah, who's there's a comedian that has the joke about avocados, and they said I'm just paraphrasing, but he's like, he'll buy a bushel of avocados, and they'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" He's like, "I can't go out, dude. I got to eat all my avocados because they all got ripe. They all got ripe at the same time."
Bro, the Dominican Republic, that sounds like a paradise, man. I would love to go there someday because that sounds great. That's
let me know, man. Yeah, I got a family. I got my grandparents' houses.
Let's go. Let's do some shows down there, man.
Oh man, you would love it over there. You would not want to come, especially you.
You would find me.
Americano.
I started speaking Spanish.
Oh, you come back like a Dominican. Yeah, ¿qué pasó, papi? Ya tú sabes. Dustin Barrett has a whole special in Spanish called ¿Qué lo que?
My facial hair just changes to yours all of a sudden.
No, it doesn't just change. You got braids and shit. You came back with dreads.
The Dominican changed me, man.
Bags full of avocados.
A bunch of avocado. Call it pan con aguacate.
Oh, dude.
Let's take a minute to support our advertisers. If you hear the products being advertised, oh wait,
Oh, yeah. We don't have any.
oh man.
But if you'd like to be a sponsor, go to our website, goodthingspod.com, drop us an email, and we'd love to advertise what you're making.
If you hear the advertisements, support who advertises us. That's the way we stay afloat.
That's awesome. Well, I wanted to ask you because, we talked about social media and stuff. You've had incredible social media presence, dude. You started working with BuzzFeed at a pretty early age, huh?
Yeah.
And do you think is that what like really popped things off?
That's what changed my life. BuzzFeed changed my life.
Yeah, and because I was looking at some of the videos. You did one that was it got like millions of views. This you acted like you did the schedule of a CEO. For a week.
Yeah.
And it was this thing because you know how like CEOs, they got all these tricks, like you got to wake up at like 4 a.m. and do this. And I remember, I was watching that and you were like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I did it for a whole week. I did it was a schedule of a CEO. I think morning routine. It was like waking up at 4:30 and then clean and then dress and then go to work early. It's just like having this CEO and go to bed early and but not only going to bed early, but they also had a night routine. So it's like I think around Huffington's routines, we had Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in the night routines, they always figured out a way to calm. Like a sense of calm. I think Steve Jobs meditated.
Yeah.
Ariana Huffington, she always had like a little bubble bath. She does a little bubble bath before going to bed.
I haven't taken a bubble bath in a while.
Do any of them lay in bed and watch fight videos on their phone?
Yeah. There's got to be at least Mark Cuban probably does that.
I don't know. I think they probably don't even use phones like that. They probably turn this shit off. They're like, we know what we doing.
Bro, right?
They were like, we know what this is. No. They send their kids off to schools where they cannot use their phone.
Yeah, they know.
They do know something. The guy who's making the phone, selling them to us, his kid's not using a phone. That's crazy, man.
Crazy. Yeah. But think about it, like everything is made for like the ring, the text, when you see the little bubble when you text somebody and they're like writing something, you're like, are they gonna what?
Oh yeah,
bro, yeah.
What's he gonna say?
Yeah. You ever been doing something? You've been focused doing something, and then you hear the ping.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is mom?
Dude, yeah, I'm trained like that.
How about leave home, you're driving, you're 15 minutes away, and you forgot your phone.
And you got to drive all the way back to get
Panic.
Dude, that wouldn't happen. Yeah. I couldn't make it 15 minutes without knowing that I don't have my
that
phone.
doesn't happen anymore.
No,
you know.
dude, it's like, I can feel it.
Like,
even right now, I'm like, oh, okay, there it is. Thank God.
Panic. You start panicking.
I've checked my phone 14 times since we started this podcast.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But no, I think but BuzzFeed was the stepping stone that opened up the doors to everything. Mm-hmm. And at first, I was in San Diego. I was broke as shit. I left the Navy and I used to you overdraft your account. I used to overdraft my account every month. And I want to thank my friend Jonathan. Right. And he worked at Wells Fargo and he was like, Gadiel, I got you. Jonathan Bird. He's like Larry Bird's cousin.
No way.
He looks just like Larry Bird. Great guy. He's also a comedian.
Oh, damn.
And then he worked at the bank. All my overdraft fee, he waived them.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
He told me, Gadiel, if you're going to overdraft, just take out $300 because they can only stop you. If you overdraft by $10 or $20, then they're still going to charge you an overdraft fee and you can't pull out any more money. But if you're going to overdraft, just do the $300.
That's a good tip. At least you have
cash in your pocket. And he used to always wave him, man.
Wow.
That man right there. And then Pero was looking for somebody that was Caribbean, that has, and I did a few videos in my house, but I didn't know how to make videos like that, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, I went over at BuzzFeed. I'm like, I'm going to be Dominican as fuck. We did a Caribbean taste test. We tried each other's dessert, and it was a major hit.
Wow.
People loved me. And I was like, yo, let me tell you guys, when I left the Navy, there was a friend of mine that told me, he was a Jewish cat, right? And I always remember this advice he gave me, because I think that advice is one of the things that truly changes my life. And I always go back to what he told me, right? His name is Bradley. He said, hey, remember one thing, whatever you do in life, people don't get what they want because they don't ask for it.
People don't get what they want because they don't ask for it.
Right. So you got to be assertive.
Yeah, it's like, whatever you want to do in life when you get out of the Navy, you better ask for it. If not, you're never gonna get it.
That makes a lot of sense, dude. Yeah.
If you're gonna do a negotiation, if you want $10,000 more, ask for $10,000 more.
Yeah, you got to take action.
Take action,
bro. I'm all about action now. Action. It's like you can pray for something, you can want something, but you got to take steps.
Take steps to
do those things. Yeah.
There's a beauty in that, and I think we sometimes as men, we don't understand the power we have as men. What is masculine energy? Leading. Leading is masculine. Taking action is masculine. We are in our masculine when we lead and take action. And there's something dope and beautiful and exciting about that. Because the answer is not in here. The answer is in the doing and the actions that you're taking. Right?
Yeah.
God will move mountains.
Yeah.
All you have to do is bring the shovel.
Just bring the shovel.
I like that. Yeah. God moves mountains, but you got to bring a shovel.
You got to bring a shovel.
You got to bring a shovel.
Yeah.
You didn't make that up.
No.
I know.
I stole that from somebody.
I read that on a fortune cookie, bro. You did.
So, you know, I talked to Pero, they were creating something new, which was the BuzzFeed for Latinos, and I saw what they were doing.
Well, that's you, because people are like, kind of, Hollywood's kind of just jumping on that now. Yeah. But dude, Latinos, there's a huge market there. I think it's the #1 movie going.
Oh yeah, #1 movie going. You also got to think about Latinos. Wow. We're soon to be the majority. Latinos surpass everybody else in Texas, with the majority in Texas.
Yeah.
With Latino buying power is $3 trillion in the United States of America. So they need to capitalize on that. So,
bro, I gotta nail this last name.
Yeah, you need to.
My career depends on it now.
Hey, all of a sudden next week he's a cholo.
Hey, fool. So silly.
Dustin's the cholo now.
Dude, I've been learning Spanish. I got Duolingo. I've been doing it every single day, man. Every day, man. Because you speak a little Spanish, too.
Hablo poquito español?
Hablo poco, means small.
Estudio español.
He said a little bit.
Yeah, because mi padre is mexicana. Mexicano. Mi padre is mexicano. Mi madre is blanca.
Sí.
Estoy Jack Black. Or no, yo soy Jack. That's what it'd be like.
Yo soy tú no eres Jack Black. Tú eres Dustin.
Yeah.
Y Dustin Ibarra.
Dustin Ibarra, yeah. I got to, but I'm learning like slowly, and I'm trying to get it and stuff. I was trying to make a joke there. That doesn't have like that, but
you to learn the language, you really got to immerse yourself in the culture. So yo estudio español para 2 años en la escuela, no hablo mucho porque necesito practicar más. Necesito aprender más palabras y gramáticas.
Sí.
Pero es aprender más when yo tengo vacaciones en México.
Oh my God. You just
hablo contigo la gente en México. En español. Solo. No hablo inglés en México. So
the people in Mexico
aprender más. Aprendo más.
I'm learning more.
No, pero suena bien. Tú hablas muy bien.
Yeah, but necesito aprender más palabras y gramáticas es problema conmigo.
Sí.
For the past, present, and futuro, you know?
In the future,
yeah. It's a problem. Problem.
Open Duolingo.
Open Duolingo.
So, right, but I have a good accent, right?
No, you sound great. You sound really good. You did not grow up speaking Spanish.
And he's like fully white too.
When did you start?
Man.
So I took a couple years in high school, and I didn't speak anything, but I started going to Mexico a lot. And then I would only speak Spanish, you know, to the people there, and I would tell them, I'd say, listen, hablo poquito español, tú hablas poquito inglés, hablamos tú en inglés,
y
ni
yo
en
te hablo
español,
practicamos.
And then so they'd be like, oh, so and they would teach me words, and I started learning like, different phrases, and I started really learning the language, and I got really well at communicating with the local people. And
they're really bueno.
Yeah, you kind of surprised me. He had a whole ass conversation in Spanish.
Hold up, let's see what this is. Let's see. What is it? Oh, come on.
What do you got? What do you got out there?
I got.
Okay.
La secretaria lee muchas cartas.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, the secretary reads a lot of cards.
La secretaria lee muchas cartas.
Are you sure?
The secretary reads a lot of cards.
Let's see. Yeah. The secretary reads a lot of cards. It's not responding. I don't think you know Spanish. I've been using this thing. I want to get to like that level because Greg can like have a conversation and everything.
Let's go to Dominican Republic.
Let's go.
Let's go for a whole ass month.
Let's spray the hair.
We'll go to the campo.
Mm-hmm.
And, the campo life is gonna be great. You wake up.
Yeah.
They make your coffee. Somebody's always there. Somebody just makes your coffee, the food. Everybody eats at 12 o'clock. It's just the big meals at 12 o'clock. You go to the beach. The beach is a fun place to be at. It's great.
Is the Dominican like very family oriented?
Very family, and it's also
Hispanic culture is very family oriented.
Very family oriented. You also think about like when I go back to Dominican Republic, the lifestyle, the community is different.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody in the community grew up together. It's so small, so everybody knows each other. Yeah. And what's normal over there is over here, which is different here. Over there, you could walk into somebody's house. Yeah, you could go to your neighbor's. Woke up, let me go see the neighbor. You just walk into the neighbor's house. Hey, how you doing? That's it. Try walking into your neighbor's house right now. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, dude! Yeah,
you got to call. You cannot even just show up and knock.
No, bro. Whenever someone knocks at my door, I'm like, "What the hell? What is this?
What do they want?"
Yeah,
Sebastian Maniscalco does a whole joke about it.
About what?
About when somebody knocks on your door.
Yeah,
and like back in the day, you'd be like, "Oh, someone's here. I wonder who it is." You go and check the door, and then just like you said, now someone knocks on the door. You're like, "Who the fuck is that?"
What the police? What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?
That's funny, man.
Sebastian has a whole bit about it.
I want to see that.
I got a gun in my house. I hear somebody knocking on my door. I got my gun right with.
Bro, who is it?
It's UPS at 10 o'clock at night, motherfucker. I'm gonna show you this package.
Boom.
And then my neighbor was like, "It's me. I had a package for you." I'm like, "Oh, I am sorry."
Someone knocked on my door like at 11 o'clock. I live in an apartment complex. Someone knocked on my door like at 11 o'clock, and usually I'd be like, "Oh, who is it?" And I look through the peephole and try to tiptoe. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna show some guts, man. I'm gonna just go open the door.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I was like, he can murder me or something, know. And I opened the door, and he thought it was the next door neighbors. Like, how do I get out of here? And I showed him the way, but that took a lot of guts, man.
Bro, that's dangerous. That's a Russian roulette right there.
That's true.
The peepholes are there for a reason, bro.
I think Mission Mormons kind of ruined door knocking for people. Because it's like, man, for real. They're like, before you were like,
crazy, bro. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. So
you guys ruined it, dude.
I was up every Saturday, knock, knock, knock.
Wow.
I've knocked on, old Dusty's knocked on some doors.
For real?
Yeah.
Did anybody ever be like, "Yo, come in"?
Sometimes, yeah. People like will talk to you, but then some people want to argue. Some people release their dogs, bro, it was crazy,
release
man.
The Kraken.
Dude, yeah, because it's like, oh my god, dude, it was insane. We'll go into that at some point, but that was a whole thing.
Have you accepted Jesus Christ in your life as your savior?
Yeah, I did, I did.
Were you like in a suit and tie?
Dude, the white shirt. You had the white shirt.
No, I had a suit and tie. I had the suit and tie.
Suit and tie.
Yeah. I had a suit and tie. I was just a little fat kid knocking on the door. Would you like to?
Well, you probably did well. They'd be like, "Oh, look at how cute this kid
okay,
is."
I'll join your religion. Come on.
I felt bad because I saw them in, I think we were in New York, and my father is a Mormon. And I did not know that Mormons do that too. I don't know. Mormons,
Jehovah's Witnesses,
they
get to ride bikes though. They're cooler.
Yeah, right. So my father is a Mormon. and I forgot he's a Mormon. We're in the car with the whole family, and you see two, Jehovah's Witness, or they're Mormon. They had the white shirts.
Yeah.
Well, the white shirts is the Mormon or the
white shirts, the Mormons. Yeah, they got the Mormons.
So there were two
backstrap.
Mormon. I can't tell the difference. I just saw two dudes with white shirts walking towards the vehicle, and I remember looking at my family like, "Go!" That's trauma. That's trauma.
Oh my God.
That's trauma. I was like, go. I'm like, let's get out of here. They're walking towards us. And my dad puts down the window. I'm like, what are you doing?
No.
And my brother and sister started laughing. Like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, what are you guys laughing? Let's get out of here. And my dad was like, hey, hello, how you guys doing? Hey, what church are you guys from? Oh shit, I forgot you were Mormon.
That's funny.
You know what they should do? They should automate it. They should have like robots now going door to door.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be funny. Yeah,
like the delivery stuff, just robots pop out, little book comes open, little screen.
Oh,
Hi.
Like little DoorDash delivery thing. We gotta start wrapping it up. Let's do a news story real quick.
All right.
We like to share some like good news, man. Of just like, it's because on the news, it's always what bad is happening out there. There's good things that are happening.
Good things are happening. Go ahead.
Yeah, what we got?
Good things
Greg?
are happening. Okay, this is one. This is a story from back where I grew up. So I grew up in a place called in San Mateo, and then down the way about 15 miles was East Palo Alto.
Mm-hmm.
And East Palo Alto was the murder capital of the world.
Oh, damn.
And so you knew, like, people, you go score drugs. I knew people that would go score drugs and there get jumped. And one guy got put in the hospital for 3 months. So
wow,
it was a deadly place, and there was gang fights and shootings all the time. So it was the murder capital of the world. Then 31 years later, they recorded 0 murders.
Wow.
That's incredible, man.
0, yeah.
What did they do? How did they get that? Like,
so here's what they did. So what happened is the people that drove in there to score drugs, they would copy their license plate, and they would send them a letter saying, we know you're in this area to score drugs. So they went after, right?
Ooh, that would freak me out.
Yeah. You know what I'd do?
Huh?
I'd frame it and sell it on eBay. Frame that letter and sell it on eBay.
Could you imagine getting those letters in the
like
mail?
30 of them.
Yeah, we know you went here to score drugs. There was probably someone that just went in there because there was a good barbecue joint. Yeah,
well,
the cops are sending them. We know why you're here. So, I love ribs.
What if you had to go over there and pick up a friend?
Exactly. Like, we know why you're here.
Yeah. But you know what? It's opposite profiling, dude. White dudes get profiled.
Yeah, you're like,
That's
what's going
funny.
on? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great story.
Yeah,
back from
man.
my neighborhood.
Let's do one more, then we gotta.
Okay, last one. This one I've seen all over the news lately. It's Gaia the cat may be the cutest cat in the world. It's 2.6 pounds, and it's a recent just got to the Salt Lake City's zoo. And if you look at it, it's this little 2.8 pound cat, and it's got these little beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
But she's actually a deadly predator, one of the most proficient predators.
And he thought it was a kitten?
No, it's a cat.
Oh, okay.
A really
it's
cute cat, but it's
cute.
actually a murderous predator in the wild.
Oh,
Then
wow.
what kind of cat is it?
It's called Gaia the cat. It's
like
called
a lion?
Gaia. Yeah,
Is there like a species? There's no species.
it's
on
a species. Yep, it says Gaia. I think.
Gaia.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
and they call it the badass of Botswana.
Oh, wow.
And it's and it looks really adorable and cute, but it's and it kills more proficiently. I think this actually could be a story about my ex-girlfriend.
Probably.
Right? Cute and pretty,
But it's actually
she's a deadly assassin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I don't know why.
That cute cat.
And
and also a quick thing. Subway has new they got the Sidekick, which is a foot-long cookie. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I know we weren't going to talk about it, but it's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. They found a way to make a cookie into a foot-long little stick.
Wow.
So I think I'm going to have one this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
They also got, I think they're churros, right?
Yeah, they do.
They have
do.
churros coming in.
See, Latino market killing it.
Did it come out already?
Yeah, it's out, bro. Travis Kelce and Mahomes did a commercial on it. So where can people find you, my friend?
Oh, you can find me at Gadiel Del Orbe everywhere. I started a podcast that just came out. It's called All Things Latino Podcast.
Nice.
I've been working with Dustin. We created All Things Latino Network, where we create media for Latinos by Latinos. You know, so the events we've been holding is part of the All Things Latino Network. So
great shows,
yeah, great shows, especially this guy. If y'all haven't seen Dustin in person, bro, it's like, bro.
Thank you, man.
They should call him the machine gun.
The machine gun.
You are a buzzsaw.
You are a machine gun.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You too, man. I saw your comment
Yeah,
the other night, man.
you're a killer,
fantastic,
bro.
Dude. Yeah, really great.
Well, hell yeah. We'll follow Gadiel online. And guys, thank you for watching the podcast. Find me, Dustin_Ibarra. I'm going to practice.
And you can find me at Real Greg Baldwin on Instagram and TikTok.
And follow us. Good things are happening on podcast on Instagram, social media. You know what to do, man. What do we do? Subscribe, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was awesome. I'm Dustin Ibarra.
I'm Greg Baldwin.
Find us on social media and on the web at goodthingspod.com.
You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube at Good Things Are Happening Podcast.
We're on Patreon. Sign up because we're going to have some cool stuff on there.
Like really, really, really cool stuff.
So dope we can't even talk about it. Yeah. And remember, when life gets you down, good things are happening.
Good things are happening. Help somebody.